be reporting on events. We want you to have a greater role in promoting biodiversity conservation through civic journalism. Make your readers aware of the richness of your respected community's biodiversity. Educate the public on the values and impact of biodiversity in their daily lives. Make them realize the negative effects of biodiversity loss. Make them understand the inseparable link between climate change and biodiversity. Make them vigilant in preventing and reporting crimes against the environment. Influence people to change lifestyles that are friendly to the environment. Pressure your local government to craft and implement laws and programs on conservation. Mobilize your entire community to care for the environment. And lastly, help us demystify biodiversity, because people say that biodiversity is for governments, for scientists, but it is the newspapers that can demystify the concept of biodiversity. So, in support of civic journalism in the area of biodiversity reporting, I am pleased to announce that the ACB and the GIZ of Germany, through the Biodiversity and Climate Change Project, will be supporting the 2012-2013 Civic Journalism Award. So at this point, may I ask the author to stand up and his colleagues from the Biodiversity Climate Change Project and my colleagues at the Athens Center for Biodiversity, GIZ and ACB will be supporting PPI. Thank you very much. And so today, mine is a distinct honor and privilege to officially announce that with PPI, there will be a special award for best reporting on biodiversity and climate change. The winners will be honored at the National Press Forum in 2013. The awards criteria will be emailed to you soon by Director Ariel. And after this talk, my colleagues will distribute basic kits. I think some of you already have. We will include you in the monthly mailing list of our newsletter. You can also log on to our website. It's www.aseanbiodiversity.org for a better understanding of biodiversity. So thank you very much and a pleasant day.
Thank you, Ronnie. I'm glad you ended with good news, because your presentation was loaded with bad news, biodiversity loss, etc., etc. Mabuti na lang wala yung bisita kahapon, di ba? Kung hindi, nakagalitan ka ng puro ka bad news. Ito lang ako. Ang ipis ba nakakatulong sa biodiversity? May tulong din ba? May gamit din ba ang ipis? Biro mo yan, ano? Pati ipis, insekto, may mga tao rin pang ipis, nasa gobyerno, nakakatulong din siya na sila. But anyway, since yesterday I've been thinking, how can I relate the issue of environment and biodiversity on the third topic? Can you? Unless you can say, that's right, Alia, that's the only thing that I could relate it with, no? If we don't keep our biodiversity and our environment, there will be no children to speak about, right? No children there will be no problems about juveniles and all these things, no? No children to that's too obvious. So now we go to the next topic, reporting juvenile justice, and our resource person is Attorney Tricia Claire Poco, Executive Director of the Juvenile Justice Welfare Council.
Thank you very much, and good morning. Yeah, I have to tell you, it's really very much connected. The topic of frogs and environment and biodiversity is very much connected to children, because if I'm not mistaken, there's a saying that goes this way. I do not know the exact word, but it says like, we do not inherit the world from our forefathers, but we just borrow it from our children. Anyway, first of all, good morning and thank you very much for inviting me here. I have been looking at the topic, the first day and the second day topic, and I've been asking Ariel, what is my connection in this? It's so wide. But thank you very much, because I know that one of the reasons why PPI invited me here is because for over the years, it has been continuing to engage in promoting children's rights. And I know that PPI has a soft spot for children and has continued over the years in child rights advocacy. So anyway, thank you. Positive tayo ngayon. I really have to thank you because you have a very important role. Media have a very important role to promote and protect Filipino children, promote their rights, and to responsibly report about them. It's really very important for us to invest in our children. Do you know how many children we have in the Philippines? Can you guess? 40 to 40 million. Actually, it's almost half of our population. 0 to 17 years old. That's based on NSO statistics. In 2007, when we were 88.57 million Filipinos, we have 43% children 0 to 17 years of age. As I am speaking now, we are still waiting for the release of further data from National Statistics Office. Nevertheless, 5 years later, in 2012, we have increased from 88.57 million to 92.3 million. That means if there were children who have grown into adults in the last 5 years, there were almost 4 more million children who have been born in the last 5 years. So we really are increasing. Imagine the potential wealth this nation has. We have a pool of human resources that possesses great possibilities to make our nation great or even greater. There are almost half of our population waiting to be nurtured and molded into useful citizens of the Philippines. And what is this number? What has this number of children got to do with us? Everything. This is still and will always be an adult-controlled world. When we talk about environment, it will always be an adult-controlled world. We will always decide for them. We are the ones who will shape these children, provide opportunities for them, and influence their future. And the media have a great and big and important role in shaping a child's future. This is recognized by many of our laws, including the very infamous Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act, which some of you have already heard of course. It has devoted a specific provision in Section 14, recognizing the crucial role of the mass media in promoting children's rights and delinquency prevention. And it says there, to relay consistent messages through a balanced approach while media maintain the highest critical and professional standards in reporting and covering cases, especially children in conflict with the law. But what is this juvenile justice law all about? I will not tell you about the provisions, but let me just tell you the why of it. And why it has become very controversial. It has become infamous because it increased the minimum age of criminal responsibility. It used to be over 9 years of age, but now it's 15 years and 1 day. So if you're 15 years old on the day of your birthday or below, a criminal case cannot be filed against you, even if you commit a crime. Along with that, there are many issues and concerns about its effect on our children as well as in our nation. I will discuss later some of these common issues. But let me state that the real star of RA 9344, the so-called juvenile justice law, is not really the minimum age, but it is the mandate of the law for all duty bearers, that means all of us here, to provide sufficient human, financial resources, structures and programs in the community so that we can create a safe and protective environment where all children can grow and thrive and become useful members of the society. It just so happened that the title says juvenile, but the coverage means all children.